Hi everyone, my name's Abby and I am the creator of Abby's Cold Brew Review. I wanted to show you guys today how I brew cold brew at home. There are several different methods of brewing cold brew, however I like this one because you don't really need very much special equipment. Really the only thing that you probably do not already own that you absolutely need is the reusable coffee filter, and those are under $15 through most retailers. So what I really like about cold brew is that it's really easy in the morning, that all you have to do is to cut your cold brew with water. So if you go ahead and keep watching, I will show you guys how I brew my cold brew. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to grab a pitcher or a wide mouth jar. You just want to make sure that the opening's big enough to fit your coffee filter in there. Then you will grab a reusable coffee filter. I got mine from Amazon and I'll link it in the description below. You're going to use 1 part fresh coarsely ground coffee. It should look like kosher salt. I'm using Sputnik beans here. And then you're going to take 6 parts fresh filtered water for lighter roast, 7 parts for medium or darker roast. So to begin with, you're going to add your grounds into the coffee bag. I make it look a little bit more difficult than it needs to be here because I'm using a container that is too big, but I thought it would be aesthetically pleasing for the video and you guys would enjoy watching me struggle. So once you get all of the grounds in there, I promise it's not as hard as I make it look, you will go ahead and add your grounds into the jar, and then I like to hold the bag open over the opening, and now I'm going to go ahead and add about half of that fresh filtered water. The reason you do this is to saturate the grounds in the center to make sure everything evenly extracts. If you're doing a small batch like I'm doing here, this isn't as important, but if you're going to start doing bigger batches, you'll want to do this. So I'm not doing an exact measurement, just getting all of the grounds wet. Once I've done that, I will go ahead and tie off the bag and add the rest of my water. It's important that you use filtered water to make sure that you don't get any like minerals or chlorine taste in your coffee. I just use water from a Brita filter. You don't have to like use store-bought distilled water, just don't use water straight from the tap. So once you get all of your water in there, you can go ahead and put the lid on the coffee jar, and then it'll sit at room temperature for 18 to 20 hours. I like to grab a chalk marker and mark the lid with the time to pull it, so that's what I'm doing here. Then I will remember in the morning that that is in fact the time that I need to pull it. You'll see here that I remember that my camera knows how to focus. And look at that, there's the time, and I will remember to pull it. Alright, so 18 to 20 hours later, I will go ahead and finish up the cold brew. So to do this, just go ahead, pop the lid off your jar or pitcher, and pull that filter bag out. Again, this is why you want to make sure that you have a wide enough opening, so that way you can actually get your filter bag out when the coffee's done. And to clean the filter bag, I have a video on how to do this. I will link it in the cards above, so that way you guys can see how it's done. It's not that hard. I usually just wash mine by hand. And finally, your cold brew is ready to serve. You can go ahead. I usually do about 2 parts of this cold brew concentrate to 1 part water because I'm serving it over ice, and the ice will further dilute the coffee. So first I add that concentrate. I'm just using like a little cup that I have, so I'm kind of eyeballing it, not doing exact measurements. And then you can keep your remaining cold brew concentrate in the fridge for up to a week. Add cream, sugar, whatever you want, and your cold brew is ready to go. Alright guys, that is how I brew my cold brew. As you can see, it's really easy, it's really quick, and it's one of my favorite ways to drink coffee. If you do this brew method at home, be sure to post it on Instagram and tag me, because I would love to see it. That being said, if you like this video and you want to see more cold brew related content, be sure to like and subscribe, and be sure to check out my website, abbyscoldbrewreview.com, where you can see my weekly reviews of different roasts of coffee that I am brewing on cold brew. And also be sure to follow me on Instagram to stay updated on what I have going on across all of my social media platforms. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you later.